You think you fear failure, but the real fright is the possibility that you might actually succeed. Success demands transformation, responsibility, and increasingly high expectations. Deep down, you know it's easier to stay in beta testing than to approach your potential. Because you and I both know, once people start to trust you, not only will they expect consistency, they will increasingly start to require more. There is a particular safety in perpetual becoming. When you're always working on it or getting there, you live in the space between promise and delivery, where judgment remains suspended. The world offers patience to those who are trying, but it shows no mercy to those who have arrived. In beta testing, your flaws become features under development, but in success, they become unacceptable. Once you succeed, you become responsible for not only your performance, but everyone's perception of your capabilities. That first breakthrough creates a template that people will use to measure everything else that follows. You are no longer allowed to have off days, learning curves, or human moments of uncertainty. You have established yourself as someone who delivers, and the world will hold you to that standard. Success forces you to abandon the familiar comfort of your struggling self. The person who could blame circumstance, who had excuses, who lived in the realm of what if. That person has to die for the successful version to live. This isn't just growth, it's grief. You mourn the simpler version of yourself who didn't carry the burden of capability. Achievement creates its own momentum, but not in the inspirational way most motivational speakers describe. Each success raises the baseline of expectation. What once felt like a stretch is now your new normal. The celebration is brief, but the pressure is permanent. You find yourself not climbing towards a summit, but running on a treadmill that speeds up with every mile you complete. When you consistently deliver, people stop checking in on you. They assume you're fine, that you have it handled, that you don't need support or encouragement. Success isolates you from the community of struggle, where people rally around each other. You become the person others lean on, but you lose the right to lean back. Imposter syndrome isn't really about feeling unworthy of success. It's about the terror of being discovered as someone who succeeded once, but might not be able to do it again. The real imposter is the one who achieves something and now has to pretend like they know how to sustain it. You're not afraid that people will discover you're not smart enough. You're afraid they'll discover you're not consistent enough. Success makes you visible, and visibility makes you vulnerable. Every move is scrutinized. Every choice is questioned. You lose the anonymity that allowed for experimentation and failure. When you were nobody, your mistakes were learning experiences. When you're somebody, your mistakes are character flaws that get analyzed and remembered. The praise that comes with success becomes a drug with diminishing returns. You need more and more external validation to experience the same satisfaction. But worse than that, you become afraid to do anything that might interrupt the flow of approval. You start playing it safe, protecting your reputation instead of pursuing your curiosity. Success makes you conservative in the worst way. Despite all of this, despite the weight, isolation, the pressure and loss of your former self, the only thing worse than succeeding is the regret of never trying. The horror of success is real, but it's a horror worth facing. Because on the other side of that transformation, you become someone capable of things you never imagined. The person you were in beta testing could dream about your potential, but the person you become through success gets to live it. The real question isn't whether or not you can handle failure. Most people can. The real question is whether you have the courage to handle success with all its demands. Because if you're going to overachieve, you better be prepared to handle the horror of actually becoming everything you said you could be. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching to the end. As you know, your engagement is my motivation, so if you like the video, give it a like. And if you have anything to say, please let me know in the comments. And until next time, don't forget to be vigorously in pursuit of peace, light, and prosperity. See you next time.